And here we are for round 5, playing against joekewwl. Always great to get these matches in. I decided to do a little switcheroo and play the teamer tokens for round 1 this draft because going into this round I realized that I am tied for 3rd, and even if I lose this round I will be solidified into 3rd place. Of the league overall, both Forley and Zombie Nico have tied for 1st, and I cannot catch them even if I win this match. So I figured I just kind of want to play a joke deck round 1 and see how it goes. I think it'd be really cool to play with that deck, but a 1-lander on the draw is not keepable. Keep it the Touch of the Void on top because it can kill an early play. 2-1 is interesting. I figure his deck is probably red-black aggro allies, which I've played against a couple of times, so I don't know if this is a good play or not. It's probably an awful play, but I decided to narcolepsy it just to see how much damage I would save. I saved 2 damage so far. Play Pilgrim's Eye. Now, I guess if he doesn't play an ally this turn, well, I could have traded my Pilgrim's Eye for his 2-1, which I would have been fine with. I get to comparative analysis end of turn. I draw, some business gas. So I'm going to play my Eyeless Watcher here since it can triple block and trade with its giant scorpion. And he plays a 2-4. Okay, that's a better target for my narcolepsy. So I guess I'm just going to play my Prism, draw a land, which is awful, put my Halimar Wave Watch, and try to attack with that thing as soon as possible. He does have a Death Touch guy in the way that I have to get rid of, though. And I'm just drawing all lands. So I decided to kill the Zooport Chain Mage just because that can deal me 2 damage per turn on basically unblockable damage. And then I'm probably just gonna. I guess I'm trading 2 for 1, and I keep drawing lands. Jeez. Level up. Nest Invader, not the best draw. I would like to draw, I don't know, Shared Discovery. This is the exact reason why I have Shared Discovery in my deck. I have to lose a token to be able to attack with my Halimar Wave Watch this turn, but I figure it's worth it. I'm getting in for a lot of damage, right? But he keeps playing allies, which now he has a tapper, and I'm just taking 2 per turn. So he taps my guy down, which lets me get him for 3. And then I have a choice of who I can hit with heat right here. And I think I choose the tapper. Yep. He goes with Hookmaster, keeping my 6/6 locked down. And then a Flame Slash to kill my 2/2, so that's not good for me. Because now he's firmly ahead in the race here. So I think I just have to chump this 3-1. And I draw another land. This is absurd. He's drawn 5 lands. I've drawn 10 lands, and somehow this game is close. Guess I've drawn 9 lands in a Pilgrim's Eye. But still, like, give me any 4 non-land cards in my deck, and I'm just winning very, very easily. But I decided to trade off here just because I'm an idiot. And you can tell me what card I'm going to draw next. You know what card I'm going to draw next. Raid Bombardment. Okay, that would have been a good one to maybe have, those extra 1/1s around. Would have been useful at dealing some damages, potentially. I could be at 6 life right here. Attack, trade. He'd hit me for 3, down to 3. Maybe I'd be dead to a burn spell. I don't know. But he just keeps playing guys. I just keep drawing lands. I guess I wouldn't be able to attack. But he goes down to 3 life. If I just had, oh my gosh, if I just didn't chump block with those guys, I could play Raid Bombardment, attack with my 3 small little duders, and just kill them. So, again, not having that much experience with this deck is what's kind of killing me, but. Ugh, and a Donglair Invoker? Jeez. Shared Discovery, okay. Plenty of, so this deck just requires me to draw the cards in the right order, I guess. Shared Discovery would have won the game probably quite easily if I would have just drawn it while I had creatures in play. But I did not do that. So going on to game 2, I decide to sideboard back into the Jeskai Black deck since I have zero confidence that the Temur Tokens deck is even remotely playable. This hand's very good, I just need to draw some lands. And I don't seem to be getting there. And I do get there. Island is even a perfect draw step, so I kill his 3/1 to save some damage, and then I draw a Heat Ray, which means Dawnglare Invoker is my only play. And again, I hate Dawnglare Invoker being my first creature because it's just going to die. I draw a Prism, which is not the worst, and I hit a land, which again is not the worst. So play Silk Spider Net. Alright, that's quite annoying. So now, what do I do with this turn with 5 mana? I guess I can just play the Banisher and just banish his 3/4. And that saves me the most damage. And then he's got... I've only played against this once before. But he's got Core Sanctifier to kill my Prophetic Prism. Wouldn't be that big of a deal, but now I can't cast Heat Ray. And Heat Ray is the exact card I want to cast right now. I get to bash him for 5. And then I get to play my own 3/3 flyer. Hopefully it doesn't die. Hookmaster is like the perfect draw for him. And he gets to play another creature. Jeez, I'm just so on the back foot now. And I draw another red card and I can't cast it. And I can't even cast 2 spells in one turn because I don't hit my 6th land. Now he plays the boar. I've got the board stabilized, which is weird. But I just need to hit like a mountain. So now we both can't attack. The Intimidator is going to get locked down, otherwise I would have died to it. All I need to do is be able to get rid of his flyer. But now that equipment means he's got 2 flyers I've got to get rid of. So I really need to draw land. And I just draw another Heat Ray, which is just absurd. So I just play this other Griffin, try to keep the board stable. Again, I finally hit that Montagna. So I'll just play my Wavewing, and then I guess I can play this Halimar Wavewatch and this Fen Sentinel. I'm just trying to empty my hand, I guess, so that he can't overrun me with creatures. He's got Tar Snare killing my Dawnglare Invoker. I'm not planning on winning with Dawnglare Invoker anyway. Witness the End. Holy crap, that card was insane. Took out Oracle and a Heat Ray, so I got super punished there for playing Halimar Wavewatch and Fen Sentinel. They're both not going to be relevant. I basically just needed to use 2 Heat Rays. I want to end a turn, Heat Ray his Reach guy, and then my turn, Heat Ray McKindy Griffin, and then he has got no flyers, and I attack for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in the air, and that's game. So I get punished for making a play that I really don't need to play. And he uses Flame Slash on my Halimar Wavewatch, which I find to be awkward because Halimar Wavewatch is Halimar Wavewatch is the worst wave to kill. The Wavewing Elemental is what's going to do him in. So I get to play my land and play one of my Heat Rays to kill his Invoker, which would be bad if he ever got to 8 land. And then I get to attack with all my flyers, which puts him to 1 life. He forces him to chump block. Also forces him to have to attack with everything after playing Cliffside Lookout. I make just the appropriate blocks. And he pumps his team. I only take 5 and go to 4, and then he's just dead to the crackback. So yeah, pretty close game, but happy to get through it. Would love to get lucky one of these days and just draw well. But again, my deck is greedy, so have to mulligans 1 lander on the draw, move to 6, get another 1 lander. I'm not going to mulligan to 5. This hand is perfectly good if I can just hit a couple lands in a row. Of course, I'm going to scry to the bottom. And of course, he's got a 1-drop in his 3-color deck right on time. And again, look, I don't get this. He's playing 49 plus 5 is 54 plus 4. He's playing a 58-card deck. So the power level of his deck has just got to be super low. Okay, I hit lands, which is sick. So the fact that I'm even in this game is pretty lucky of me. So I decided to just try to race. Tightening coils and just bash. He's got, spawn binder mage, that card's good. So I guess I'm just going to heat ray his guy for 1 here. That might be aggressive, but I do want to use all my mana because I'm kind of strapped for mana. And I'm just going to tap out for this Ghostly Sentinel. And he has Heartstabber Mosquito. Holy crap. Ugh. Almost any other creature I could have dealt with. Because I could just Iona's Judgment it, or complete disregard it, or if I draw the Swamp or Touch of the Void it. But he has to have probably, I don't know, this is, it doesn't take over the game like the Invokers, but it's probably top 10, it's top 10 creatures in the entire format. Just Necrotal flying is just insane. Okay, draw another land, but it's not a swamp. So at this point I don't need any lands other than swamps. So I just kill his 2/2 flyer and I'm content to trade 2 for 2. Oh my gosh, and he's got Witness the End. Getting rid of my 2 premium removal spells? That's insane. Holy crap. And then I draw land, of course. And then he's got Bone Splinters to kill his guy that had the Tightening Coils on it. And I obviously am just losing to a 2/4. And just drawing all lands. And I'm dead on board. So not the best way to end this out. I feel like my deck super underperformed week 3. I mean, I played against some obvious tough matchups, but I feel like if I play these matchups again, I should be able to do better. Just try to avoid some rough spots, I guess, some rough variants. But you know, I probably didn't build optimally, and if I sent my card pool to Joe and Zombie and Forley, I'm sure they'd come up with something maybe a little bit different. It's really hard to not be influenced by the cards that they've seen me play, so you get a little bit of bias associated with it. But I'd really actually be interested to see how they would build my pool, because I know there are a lot of different viable decks in there, or different card choices. You know, 2-color deck. Could have just played a blue-white deck, a beatdown deck, and had consistent mana, and not been so dirtily, but I thought the removal spells were quite strong, quite important. You don't draw them, and you'll just lose to an Invoker. So yeah, I'm a little disappointed with the way I ended, but as it turns out, I don't think my results would have mattered that much unless I beat both Forley and Zombie, and then I 5-0'd the whole thing. It would probably be the only way I could be ahead of them in the final standings. And so both Zombie and Forley were kind enough to send me text documents of their pools. So stay tuned. I'm going to do one more video with both of my deck doctors, which aren't necessarily deck doctors. Just me looking at their sealed pools and showing what I would have done build-wise. And I really just want feedback from them to say, hey, you know, how far off was I from your build, and then maybe discuss some of the differences. So yeah, overall, I'd like to say huge thanks to Polyjack for running the league. Dude just created a website out of thin air and just is going to run some really sick pauper leagues in the future, and is basically the man. I will continue to promote these leagues because they were insanely fun. They feel very similar to playing standard Pauper, and sealed is just a great format. If you want to get better at competitive limited Magic, then you need to be good at sealed. You do not get to draft in competitive Magic unless you make day 2, or if you make of a GP, or you make the Pro Tour, or the top 8 of a PPTQ. So day 1 of a GP and PPTQs are the most common ways that you will even qualify for the Pro Tour, which means you have to be good at, 7 to 9 rounds of sealed, basically. So any opportunity to help build more pools and get ideas is something that I'm interested in doing right now, especially now that Shadows over Innistrad has come out. Yeah, so stay tuned for one little last video, and then I'll be signing off from the Zendikar Unified Pauper Sealed League. Thanks for watching.